could do is increase those numbers, basically. Okay, this is a mathematical treatment. I'm not going to go over this in detail, but what this says here is that there is administrative costs in managing the fund. Right now, GPs typically charge a 2 and 20. That means every year they charge 2% of funds under management, and on the back end, a 20% carried interest, 20% of the profits that are made in the fund. Okay, if you have a small fund, the economics don't make sense. If it's a large fund, it's still 2 and 20, and that's why a lot of GPs make a lot of money, because they're sitting on a bunch of cash to manage. The problem here is that if you want to try to scale, the admin costs actually go way up. So we believe blockchain could be a way to reduce the administrative costs in managing the fund. So if we're managing $1 billion, you know, maybe that 2 can come down to like 0.5%. That would be which is beneficial for you as investors. So here are the token economics. We want to create the Angelvest technology token to have its own ecosystem, the Angelvest economy. Basically, the idea is that we want to issue our own tokens, and if you're a token holder, then you can use that token to buy services, whether it's buying services from our portfolio companies or buying services from our partners and advisors. The tokens would have value. Think of it as fiat. You use $1 to buy coffee, you use $1 to invest into a company. You know, we want to have our own token so that with that token, people are rewarded. You know, maybe you get a discount on services, for example. And by limiting the supply and creating some scarcity behind the token, we believe that what we're trying to create here will have generate value for you as a token holder. Of Angelvest and grew up in the United States and worked in Japan for Honda Motor. My first job was an automotive engineer in Japan and Los Angeles. Went back to business school on the East Coast. Went to Harvard Business School. Came out, worked for Salomon Brothers doing investment banking. Eventually ended up in California doing corporate development for a large semiconductor company. They sent me to China. That's ended up in China 12 years ago. And I thought I was going to be there for a year and go back to California, but I've been ever since, so I felt kind of stuck. But anyway, I think it's brought good things because I got to meet great people throughout the world. You know, we're doing something different in China, leveraging what we learned in the United States, and we hope that we can change the world. My partner, Joseph Wang, he's also a quant guy, PhD, done a lot of angel investing himself, and he's the one that is the genius behind the mathematics of Oregon, actually. We have more people that are writing to the team. I just finished the slides very recently, so I'm in the midst of still completing them, but we have more people that have the team, essentially. He's our advisor of the ICO, rather than his son. We're looking to raise on cap of $25 million. That's kind of the breakdown that we see for the token release, use of proceeds. So this is more appendix about us, and this needs to be, various things to be done. I guess one of the more famous things that we've done is called Hanson Robotics. They made a robot called Sophia. Who's heard of Sophia, the robot? They were on Korean television just 2 months ago with President Moon. She got citizenship in Saudi Arabia. She's the world's most famous robot. So we did that deal 4 years ago, and through our approach of being hands-on, we brought that company from USA to Hong Kong. And those guys also raised another ICO called Singularity Net. The Singularity Net ICO was also very successful 2 months ago. There's more background information about US. These are a bit old, I apologize. So we have the group and we have the fund. So the group is the 70 people that we have. The fund is the fund that I mentioned before, the fund platform. And that's right on the GP of the fund. So this is something kind of interesting. You see that, at least related to China. Before, when I first went to China, there's more money going to China. All this US money going to China. Now what I saw over the course of years is more money's coming out. And what that means is that there's more competition for deals, but there's also more supply of capital coming out. What makes us unique is that the fact that we are Americans living in China, we can help these Chinese investors find investment opportunities overseas. And the other phenomenon of cross-border is that everywhere I go speak, whether it's in Korea or Japan or Estonia or Austria or New Zealand, You know, one thing that I find very common is that all these places have great people, great aspirations, great education, great technology backgrounds, making great products. One thing that's missing is the market size. So think about your own country, Korea. When I go around and talk to people here, you know, they have a great technology product. The number one market that people want to go to has been the United States, USA. The second most popular market is China. So one thing that we can try to push the envelope for cross-border is that when you invest in companies that's in Korea, it would help you with establishment of presence of your business in USA or China. So if you can scale, you can have a larger market to address, then your company with time will become much more valuable. That's the value proposition. So that's kind of what we do. We put in money, we roll up our sleeves, we help our companies, you know, gain value, and hopefully we find an exit. You know, we have a couple companies on the exit path. Maybe go to public next year for acquisition. So we have to make money too, of course. Here's some portfolio companies. We've got 25 in the fund that's led by the fund. Yeah, these are all on the website, basically. So that's it. Questions? I need some questions, right? Yeah. Oh, okay.